So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and glad that you're with us here on a Friday night in the middle of April for some high school football as we feature your Collinsville Kahawks taking on the Mascoutah Indians. And again, welcome in, and welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We are in the semifinals of the Mississippi Valley Bowl Series, and these two teams are a little bit familiar with each other. They met just a couple of weeks ago right here on this field back on March the 26th, 26-12 in that contest. So Collinsville trying to get a little revenge on that and move to the championship game of this Mississippi Valley Bowl Series. The winner of this game will do exactly that, and they will take on the winner of the game going on tonight between Highland and Triad at Triad. The losers of both of those games will move to the third place game, and that'll all take place next Friday. So that's where we stand right now. Kahawks snapped a 13-game losing streak that dated back to October of 2018 with last week's 32-14 win at Waterloo. So we'll see if Coach B.J. Ogata can get his team a second win in a row. The last time the Kahawks won two in a row, 2015. Week number 5 at Granite City, they won 33-7, and week number 6 versus Alton, they won 34-9. A couple of good back-to-back weeks there by Collinsville. Mascoutah, they come in at 3-1. Joshua Lee is in his 5th year. He has a .500 record, 23-23, and this will be his final year as the head coach of Mascoutah, as he is getting ready to take employment outside of education. Last week, 35-6 win against Jerseyville for Mascoutah. They scored. Jerseyville scored late in the fourth quarter for the final score of that game, so it was 35-0 until then, their only score. The Indians got 3 touchdown passes from quarterback Chase Hansen. He threw 14 passes, 8 of them connected, 188 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. 3 of those passes were to Aiden Jones. He ended up with 120 yards, and Jones had 2 touchdown catches in that win over Jerseyville, one of 72 yards and one of 15. And Sean Kendrick also caught a 14-yard pass. And not only that, but quarterback Chris Hansen also ran for 2 touchdowns for a total of 5 touchdowns turned in that game, and a 12-yard run in the second and a 33-yard run in the third. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, more
As the
information
Director of
coming your
Sports
way
Medicine
next.
at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are getting you set for the semifinal matchup in the Mississippi Valley Bowl Series between 1-3 Collinsville and 3-1 Mascoutah. Here's how we got here. Kahawks went 0-3 in pool play. And after quarterfinal action, all Pool A teams won last week and advanced, while all the Pool B teams lost and are in the consolation bracket. Kahawks lost to Triad, Mascoutah, and Highland in pool play. And Mascoutah beat Highland and Collinsville before losing to Triad 6-0 in Pool A's final week. And the Indians rebounded with a 35-6 home win versus Jerseyville last week. And we told you, and you know already, that Collinsville snapped their 13-game skid against Mascoutah last week with that big 32-27 win. So why don't we take a look backwards at that game over Waterloo. As far as Collinsville is concerned, they had 65 total plays to Waterloo's 54. Collinsville, 347 yards of offense last week, and they held Waterloo to 146 yards of offense. Everything was even in the passing department. Collinsville had 30 yards passing. Waterloo had 32, but the rushing department is where Collinsville really stood out. 317 rushing yards for the Kahawks last week, and their defense was stiff last week. They only allowed 114 yards to Waterloo. First downs, Collinsville had 9, Waterloo had 11. Third down efficiency, Collinsville had 3 of 12 on third downs, while Waterloo was 1 of 9. But the big story of that night was fourth down efficiency for Collinsville. Matter of fact, they went 4 for 4 on fourth downs, and 2 of those plays ended up in the end zone. Waterloo went 0 for 2 on their fourth down plays. Each team turned the ball over 3 times, and it was distributed evenly as well. Each team lost 2 fumbles, and each team threw an interception. Collinsville committed only 4 penalties in that game for 17 yards, and Waterloo committed 7 and got penalized 68 yards, and a couple of those were costly and untimely, if you will. Collinsville did a little catch-up, or exactly they were up 7-0. A Jerry Richardson 30-yard pass from Colby Anderson kicked things off. Collinsville led 7-0. Waterloo came right back down and tied it up 7-7. Collinsville then. It was the Jerry Richardson show, by the way, last week. A 34-yard run by Richardson made it 14-7 in the second quarter. Colby Anderson added a 15-yard run before the first half ran out, and Collinsville was up 20-7 in a game they never trailed. In the third quarter, Richardson another 10-yard run, made it 26-14, and then Jerry Richardson wasn't done. A 38-yard run in the fourth quarter to give us our final score of 32-14. Colby Anderson only completed 1 pass in that game. He tried 6, but only completed 1, and it was for 30 yards, and it was the touchdown to Jerry Richardson. And in the rushing department, Richardson last week, 25 carries for 196 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns, and he had a long run of 38. Colby Anderson, he gained 44 yards on 8 carries in that contest as well. So games going on tonight. We told you that Triad and Highland are playing at Triad. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game in the Mississippi Bowl Valley Series Championship. Other games on the consolation side tonight, Granite City, who is 0-4 in this bowl series, is playing at Civic Memorial. Civic Memorial is 2-2. And then Jerseyville, with their 1-3 record, they travel to Waterloo and will take on Waterloo with their 3-1 record. The winner of those 2 games will move on to the consolation championship, and the losers will move on to the 7th place game. So the consolation championship will be good for 5th place. That is going to do it for that portion of the Chiropractic Works pregame show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll sort out some individual numbers for you as far as the first 4 games of this season are concerned. We'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok
As the Director of
Sports
Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. I'm Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be here in just a moment. We're just about set. Let's get you caught up with some individual stats for the year. Colby Anderson is 12 of 36, 195 yards. And he has one touchdown and a fumble and an interception on the year. And his counterpart, Chase Hansen for Mascoutah, 39 of 79 for 670 yards, and he has 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. In the rushing department, the leader for Collinsville is Jerry Richardson after his stellar week last week. 58 carries, 314 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And the leading rusher for Mascoutah is also their quarterback, Chase Hansen. 68 carries, 351 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Besides him, you'll see Kevin Brown touch the ball. He has 38 carries for 205 yards. And then on the receiving side, Collinsville, not a lot there. Trey Swaggart has 6 catches for 101 yards. And Aiden Jones is the big star receiver for Mascoutah. 18 catches, 393 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Collinsville will get the ball first to start off here. Mascoutah is in the white uniforms. Collinsville in the all-purple uniforms as both teams feature purple and white as their primary colors. Ball on the bounce, picked up by Richardson. He breaks a couple of tackles and gets it all the way up to about the 43-yard line before he is finally brought out of bounds. So a nice start there for Collinsville as the Cahoks will come out 1st and 10 as the referee sets the ball down on the 43-yard line. So the Cahoks will start with pretty good field position. Colby Anderson will come out, and his primary running back, of course, will be Jerry Richardson. Cahoks, as I mentioned, all purple, white numbers on the backs and the fronts. Mascoutah, they have the opposite. They have the white uniforms on with the purple numbers on the fronts and backs. They have the word Mascoutah written across the tops of their numbers on their uniforms. Both teams feature white helmets. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Richardson. Tries to break it off right tackle, but he didn't get very far, as he was taken down for a loss of about 1 on the play. Carnes made the tackle. And the first play from scrimmage, the last time these two teams met was a fumble by Collinsville, so we'll take the 1-yard loss as opposed to that result. So 2nd down and 11, just underway here in this first quarter. Winner will move on. Loser will also move on, but they'll play in the 3rd place game. Handoff goes around the left sweep over there on the far side. And that was Mondre Kroom with the carry for Collinsville. Late. Loss of a couple of more, so it's going to be 3rd and long here for Collinsville. Going to be 3rd and about 13 to go. So 2 plays have resulted in a loss of 3 yards. As Anderson in shotgun once again for Collinsville. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. Anderson will roll out to this near side. He's looking, and he throws, and he's trying to find Chris Garcia Cloud, but that one falls incomplete, and Collinsville will have to punt after a 3 and out. So he had great starting field position, but couldn't do anything with it. Went backwards. Lost 3 yards in that series. And Ethan Bagwell will come out to punt. He is the backup quarterback. And another great game last night on the freshman team. 40-0. And the freshmen are 4-0. Here is Bagwell's kick, end over end, and it's going to take a roll, and it's going to be picked up by Aiden Jones. Jones finds a seam across the 40, midfield. Bagwell is the only one back there. He gets past him, and Aiden Jones is gone all the way down for a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown, and that is not a good start here if you're the Collinsville Kahawks. There is a flag on the play at midfield. And this one may be coming back. And, yep, it looks like it's going to, because the only gentleman out there talking to the referee would be Jaden Neal, and he just walked back, and he's disgusted with himself because the penalty is against him. So Collinsville dodges a bullet. During the return, holding, so they'll put the ball back at the spot of the foul. And that was about 15 yards after Jones really got his stride. So take the points off the board. And if you're Mascoutah, that's got to burn. 10-15 left to play here in this opening quarter. 1st down and 10 for the Indians from their own 44-yard line. Man goes into motion, but the handoff is going to go right up the middle to Kevin Brown, and Brown will zigzag his way for about a pickup of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6. Brown, the lone setback. Actually, that's Chase McDaniel to his left now. Left of Hanson. 3 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. That is Brown, and this time it's going to be a McDaniel. Hanson's going to keep it. He'll do that a lot, and he's going to pick up a lot of yardage as he brings it all the way down this near side sideline before he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 20. That's a gain of about 32 yards. So Mascoutah in one play, deep in Collinsville territory. They mark it down at the 21-yard line. And Hanson back to work. He has Kevin Brown over his left-hand shoulder. Split wide receivers, 2 on each side. Hanson, he's going to go back to pass. He rolls, he throws, he has a man open, and it's off of the hands of Chase McDaniel. And Trey Swaggart came real close to picking off that ball after it was tipped. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 9:34 to go. Mascoutah on the move. Collinsville looking to win 2 in a row for the first time since 2015. If they can do it, they'll have a date in next week's championship game of this Mississippi Valley Bowl series. Hanson in shotgun again. He throws a little sideline pass that's actually behind the line of scrimmage, gets it to Jones, and Jones puts on the moves after that and then gets pushed out of bounds at around the 3-yard line. So it'll be first down and goal for Mascoutah from there. So a little bit of a bad start here for Collinsville, both offensively and defensively. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to be a keeper by Hansen, and Hansen's in for a touchdown. Didn't take long. Mascoutah ran down the field, made pretty quick work of it. And Mascoutah up 6-0 with an extra point try coming up. And Hansen out there directing traffic once again. Looks like Mascoutah is going to go for 2, and no, they're not. So he just comes out of the huddle and sets down the tee. Ethan D will try the extra point here for Mascoutah. And there's a snap, ball placed down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So 7-0 Mascoutah. And we are just a little bit over 2 minutes into this contest, and Mascoutah has themselves a 7-0 lead. Collinsville will get the ball back again right after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Collinsville already trails 7-0. And Ethan D kicks the ball off again. It's going to bounce past the second line and picked up there by Jerry Richardson. Spins out of a tackle, gets out of another one. And Collinsville, for the second series in a row, will have identical starting field position. Give or take a yard. And the Kahawks looking to do a little better than minus 3 yards that they got total on the last series. 7-0 here early on in favor of Mascoutah. So, Colby Anderson and company back at it. Jerry Richardson stands over his left shoulder. 3 wide receivers on this near side, and that's the way that Richardson goes, and he is tripped up in the backfield on a great shoestring tackle there by Henry Paddock. And Paddock, that's all he needed to do. Get a foot on a shoe, and down went Richardson, and a loss of a yard. So far, Collinsville has snapped the ball 4 times, and they've lost a total of 4 yards. Calcs need to get a little offense momentum going here. And so far, they've only managed to go backwards. Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Over here on the near side, Trey Swaggart, along with Kyle Kershaw. Snap. Anderson back to pass. Looks down the left side. Throws down the left side and way overthrows his intended target. Trent Mode. Mode had a little separation there with his coverage man, and Anderson just plain old overthrew that ball. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11. 8:25 left to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah. Glad that you're with us. It's very cloudy and a little on the chilly side. There is rain in the forecast, but it's supposed to hold off until after this game. There's no approaching lightning, thunder, or anything like that. Nothing major, just light rain. And it's supposed to come like I said, sometime after 10 o'clock and give us a light coating of rain overnight. There's a little toss at the line of scrimmage, and Jerry Richardson catches the ball and then gets tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 16. Somewhere close to that anyway. Ethan Bagwell trots back out for his second punt. Aiden Jones will go back to receive it. He broke one for a touchdown, but it got called back. And Mascoutah just picked it up the old-fashioned way. They drove down the field. Here's Bagwell's punt. End over end, and it takes a bounce, and it's going to go right to Jones. And Jones skirts toward the near sideline, gets out of the reach of one tackler, but can't get out of the reach of Kershaw as Kershaw pushes him out of bounds. And a little bit better of a result there for Collinsville on that punt, as the Indians will have it 1st and 10 from their own 28. Chase Hansen and company back out there. Chase can throw, he can run, he can do it all. He's got a good running back in Kevin Brown and an excellent wide receiver in Aiden Jones. And Hansen in shotgun, wide receivers on both sides. The handoff is going to go to Brown, and then Brown gets taken down at the 35-yard line, a gain of about 7 on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 3. Quickly back to work are the Mascoutah Indians. Here's the snap, and Hansen's going to keep this one. He's going to try through the right side, and he's going to have a 1st down, and he's going to have a lot more. Last man back is Jackson Lee, and Lee pushes him out of bounds, or else Hansen would have been gone. As it is all the way down to Collinsville's 31-yard line. So Mascoutah tilting the field early here, and often. They're moving the ball at will against this Collinsville defense tonight, thus far. Brand new set of downs, and Hansen in shotgun, again working quickly, and he'll keep it. He'll run it right up the middle, and he'll get shoestring tackled there at the last moment by Kershaw, or excuse me, that is not Kershaw. That was Chase Counton, who comes in to this contest as the leading tackler for Collinsville. Chase Counton, 19.5 tackles. Damian Swaggart, who is not here tonight, 17.5, and Stephen Green next in line, 13.5. Green broke his leg last week in Waterloo. So his year on the football field is finished. And Collinsville stiffened up that defense just a little bit there, a gain of about 1.5 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 8. Hansen in shotgun, and right behind him is Brown. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side, one on the far. Here is the handoff. It goes to Brown, and Brown doesn't get anywhere. He's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, if not behind the line of scrimmage, by George Lopez. Got about a 0.5 yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and long. And once again, Hansen and Brown in their own I formation. The handoff goes nowhere, and it's a pass instead to Jones, and that is complete. It's going to be short of a 1st down. It's going to bring up a 4th and short situation here for Mascoutah. 4th and about 2. And Collinsville's defense really needs to step up to the task here. Already trailing 7-0. Hansen in shotgun. Brown to his right this time, and Hansen's going to keep it. And Hansen is going to get stopped short on a nice tackle at the bottom of the ankles there by Chase Counton. And Collinsville will get the ball back after a turnover on downs. Nice job there by the Kahawks. Their defense finally stiffened up. Before that, they had let Mascoutah move up and down the field pretty much at will. So Collinsville will get the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. So they're in a deep hole, and they'll have a long way to go, but at least the score is 7-0 instead of 14-0. Anderson breaks huddle. Jerry Richardson, the lone running back, Two wide receivers on the near, one on the far. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Jerry Richardson, and that hole closes up quick. He'll pick up maybe a yard on the play if he got back to the line of scrimmage. And he just did get back to the line of scrimmage. Jackson Lee runs off the field. Colby Anderson has his play, and he delivers it to the huddle as we're just under 5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah. Collinsville just a great defensive stand to get the ball back. Now they need to do something with it. Anderson takes the snap and hands it off to Richardson. And Richardson tries up the middle again, and again, he's lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss on the play of about a yard, or a half a yard. So, third down and about 10.5 to go here for Collinsville. They need something big to happen here. Trent Mode comes back in as a wide receiver. Thomas Hills running off the field. Trey Swaggart lines up here on the near side as a wide receiver along with Kroom. And Anderson rolls to his right, pitches it out to Richardson. He cuts up the sideline, and then he gets pushed out of bounds. He's going to be short of a first down. That's going to bring up a fourth down and maybe a half a yard to a yard. Well, they're going to go ahead and give him the first down, so the chains do move. That's a big play. Keeps the drive alive and gets Collinsville out of the shadows of their own goalpost after a couple of runs that netted about a yard loss. Before that, Collinsville had a couple of possessions that were net losses. So a positive play gets him a first down. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Cloud Garcia lines up as a tight end. That snap goes between Colby's legs, and I believe he jumped on it, but that's going to be a big loss just when they got out of the shadow of their own goalpost. It's right back to where they started at the 12-yard line. So unfortunate turn of events there for Collinsville when they were just moving in the right direction. 3:35 left to play here in this first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Mascoutah. Collinsville trying to hang in there. Looks like the same formation. Garcia Cloud lines up as a tight end. Two wide receivers, and the handoff is going to go to Richardson. He has some room. He zigs and he zags, and then he runs right into a tackler, and he'll get about 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. So a nice pickup there of about 11 yards, but it's going to bring up a third down and about 9 to go. We'll give him an extra yard on that. We'll make it 3rd and 8. Collinsville has to get the ball to the 32-yard line. Right now it sits on the 24. Third down play here for Collinsville as Jackson Lee breaks out as a wide receiver on the far side. Over here, Trey Swaggart and Mondre Kroom. Anderson, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to try the left side, and he's not going to have any luck. He'll lose another yard on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and 9. So Bagwell will come back out for his 3rd punt on the night. And this time, Aiden Jones will be close to midfield. High snap. Bagwell handles it. The pump is high and short. Jones isn't going to get a chance to handle this one unless he does on the bounce. And he picks it up, and he gets out of one tackle, cuts toward midfield, now moves upfield, and he gets past everybody else, and he's going to be gone. Jones picked up that ball on the bounce as Collinsville just kind of left the ball alone. No one stood by the ball to try to touch it down, and Jones saw no reason why he couldn't pick it up, and he did, and moved it about 56, 57 yards for a touchdown. Collinsville down 13-0 with 1:52 left to play here in this opening quarter, pending the extra point try here by Ethan D. D has already hit one. We're going to make it 2 for 2. Kick is on the way, and it is right down the middle. 14-0 in favor of Mascoutah, and we still have 1:52 left to play here in this second quarter. And we're back after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
$1:52 left here in this first quarter. Collinsville already trails 14-0. 57-yard punt return by Aiden Jones and a 3-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Chase Hansen. Collinsville receives their third kickoff of this game, and Jerry Richardson again will give fumble. Collinsville picks it up, though, still on the ground, and finally it is picked up and fumbled again by Martin Ochoa, and on the second time he falls on it and says, I'm not going to get up and run this time. I'm just going to stay down here. So Collinsville gets lucky there as Jerry Richardson fumbled the ball, and actually Collinsville will, for the third straight series, they will have the exact same starting field position except for that one where they got Mascoutah out on that fourth down play. 3 times out of 4 we've started right here on this spot. Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. He has Jackson Lee in the slot. Trey Swaggart over here on the near side, and the handoff is going to go to Jerry Richardson. He tries up the middle, and again, there is no room up the middle here tonight. Down to 90 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville will have to play from behind. Never trailed at all last week. Not the same case this week, and they're going to have to do some yeoman's work here to get back into this one. Jackson Lee again comes out of the huddle and lines up on the far side. Kershaw will line up in the slot. Trey Swaggart lines up as the near side receiver, and Jerry Richardson stands to the right-hand shoulder of Anderson. And the man comes into motion. That's Kershaw, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield. Another backfield tackle there by Henry Paddock. He has had 2 of those tonight where he just comes back there and sweeps right at the ankles and takes care of the runners, and he's done that twice, and he's had the same result. And Collinsville just continues to lose yardage here in this game. 3rd and about 16 to go after that loss. Over on the far side, Thomas Hills lines up as a wide receiver as Anderson keeps it, tries it up the middle, bounces off one tackler but can't get past the next one, and a gain of a couple on the play will get him close to the 40-yard line, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and Ethan Bagwell is going to have one tired leg at the end of this night. 4th punt already, unless Collinsville decides to go for it. And we're going to let the clock run out. That's the end of the first quarter. We will take a timeout, and second quarter action will come your way in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
One quarter of play in the books here at Kahok Stadium. And Mascoutah up 14-0. Collinsville. Let's go a punt. Bagwell does. This one's going to be caught in the air by Jones, and he moves it forward. He already has one punt return under his belt, and then he gets taken a little bit slower at the midfield stripe. He wiggled his way out of a would-be tackle there by Kevin Meza, and then teammates had to come in and help clean it up. And once again, Mascoutah has pretty good starting field position. They are in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 48. 1st and 10 for Mascoutah. Hansen in shotgun. Has Brown over his left-hand shoulder and has two wide receivers over here on the near side, one on the far side. Hansen's going to go back to pass. He looks to his right, throws it down the middle, and he overthrows his intended receiver. I don't have an 83. No 83 on my roster. Quincy Hall. Quincy Hall. I've also been told a little earlier that Granite City, their football team has been shut down due to COVID, so that game tonight between Granite City and Civic Memorial will not happen. That means Civic Memorial will automatically move down to the 7th place game, or the 5th place game, Consolation Championship. There's an incomplete pass in the flat there. That was, I believe, intended for Braden Christian, but that was at his feet long before it arrived. Stops the clock with 11:35 left to play here in this second quarter. 14-0 in favor of Mascoutah. As the ball remains at the 48-yard line where this drive started for Mascoutah, and now it is 3rd and 10. Hansen in shotgun once again. This time he has Brown over his right-hand shoulder. Man comes into motion, fake handoff to him. Hansen goes back to pass, throws it down the middle, and there's that catch right inside the 10-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for Mascoutah from the Collinsville 8 as Mascoutah is really having no problems at all moving the ball up and down the field here thus far. 1st and goal. Here's the snap and the handoff. It goes to Brown. Brown gets by 1, gets by 2, reaches out, and he's going to be short by about a yard. And it'll be 2nd down and goal for Mascoutah from the 1-yard line. Dr. Chris McCluskey has decided to join us. How are you?
Hey, Ty. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, just one of those days, man, with multiple businesses and
just
kids.
Just tell everybody you're fashionably late.
Ooh, baby.
Touchdown by Mascoutah on the 1-yard run. And it's 20-0, pending the extra point, and Collinsville is in a little trouble here tonight.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. Not what I wanted to see when I showed up to the Kahok Stadium tonight, but a lot of game left to play. It's actually a pretty nice night out there. Here Friday night, a lot of purple in the stands, so we'll continue to stand by our Kahawks and see what they can do the rest of the night.
Another extra point try coming up here from Ethan D. He's already 2 for 2. Here's a snap. Hansen sets the ball down. It's on the way, and again, right down the middle, and 3 for 3 is D. 21-0 is the score. Mascoutah leading your Collinsville Kahawks. We're back after a brief timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them
with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you from Kahok Stadium, and not good news for the home team as of yet. Kahawks are down 21-0, and we still have a lot of time left. 11:03 left in this first half, and then, of course, another half to go. Not good news from Philadelphia either. Cardinals are losing. Last I heard it was 6-0. Probably more by now. I don't know. Still 6-0. Okay.
Paul DeYoung is our cleanup hitter.
Okay, yeah. There's a little squib kick, and it's still going to find its way to Jerry Richardson. Richardson fumbled the kickoff last time, but Collinsville recovered, and this time he gets it up inside the 40 again. And I'm telling you, man, this is going to be the fourth time out of 5 series that we've had that we have started inside of our own 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice return by Richardson. Had trouble handling the ball and was really met at the 30 and kind of bobbed and weaved his way out to the 41. So decent field position for the start of this Kahawk drive.
We've been there 3 other times, and I think right now, if I was to keep track, we would probably be negative yards right now for this game thus far.
Maybe it's the 4th time's the charm.
The 4th time is the charm.
Not the 3rd.
1st and 10 for Collinsville from their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes right up the middle and taken there by Jaden Neighbors. And Neighbors gets about 2 on the play before he's brought down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, a little power football, straight up the gut, trusting your tackles. And, if you can turn that 2 yards into 3 or 4 a clip, that's not a bad game plan when you're having trouble picking up green turf out there.
Kershaw steps into the huddle, and Richardson comes out. Richardson's been the go-to guy tonight after losing Stevie Green last week to a broken leg on the 3rd play of the game. And they're trying to do their best to fill in the holes. Swagger lines up on the far side, Mode over here on the near side. And back to pass is Anderson. He'll throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a flag.
Yes, sir.
That ball was on the ground, barely touched by Cloud Garcia, and then he was bowled over after the ball had already rolled away from him. So that'll give Collinsville a 1st down.
Yeah, that's just a lack of discipline, by the Mascoutah back, and it was right out in the open, right in front of the Collinsville bench, right in front of the referee. So that's going to be 15 yards every single time.
Personal foul, and this will put Collinsville into Mascoutah territory for the first time tonight.
Speaking of Stevie Green, everybody out there offer some thoughts and prayers. He's having a rough time, as any kid would. He might have the biggest heart on this team. Certainly one of the best players. And obviously out for the season. But I think we'll have him back ready to go, and you'll see him on the college football field.
He was here earlier. I saw him hobbling around the field on his crutches. I don't see him on the sidelines now. I wouldn't be on the sidelines, man. In case a play comes over there, you're in trouble. Here's Richardson. He receives a pass, and then he gets manhandled over there by about 5 Mascoutah Indians. And Jerry Richardson fought the whole way. He wasn't going down easy, was he?
No, sir. Jerry Richardson is a hard-nosed young man. Obviously, we've seen his speed when he gets out in the open, and he's going to be a fun athlete to watch over the years here in Collinsville.
Gain of about 2 on that pass play. 9:40 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville trails 21-0. They break huddle, and Jackson Lee comes out as a wide receiver here on the near side, and in the slot will be Jerry Richardson. Neighbors is the lone setback. Offset to the right-hand shoulder. Snap, and Neighbors gets the handoff. He zigs, he zags, and he has a little bit of room, and he's brought down at the 35. That's going to be about 2 yards short of where he needs to get for a 1st down.
Yeah, but that's good, solid football. I mean, look here, Collinsville's now in Mascoutah's territory. They're showing that they can pick up yards in the middle, running behind some sizable young men on our interior 5. So hopefully we can keep this train rolling.
Kahawks have it. Well, they moved the chain back, didn't they? I thought we needed 2. Looks like we need about 4.
I think it's safe to say you're in 4-down territory at this point.
Yes, you are. Down 21-0 this early. Here is Neighbors. He gets another carry, and he gets thrown forward, and that might be just enough for a 1st down, and it is. 2nd 1st down for Collinsville here tonight.
Yeah, and we've shown the ability to run off both tackles, both to the strong and the weak side of the football field. So at any rate, anytime we get a 1st down and we're in Mascoutah territory, we'll take it.
Thomas Hills checks into the game. Hill's a junior, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He lines up as a wide receiver here on the near side, and he'll be joined by Jerry Richardson in the slot. Swaggart is the lone receiver on the far side, and again, Jaden Neighbors is the lone back. They're going to try for Swaggart over on the far side. Sideline, Swaggart has it, and that's a touchdown, Collinsville.
Man, great ball by Colby Anderson. Swaggart had a step, actually in double coverage, but he had a step, and he really kind of slowed down and timed that ball just right. Great play out of the Collinsville Kahok offense.
How long was that? You take down that ball spot so fast I never see. Kettler, where was the ball?
So it looks like Collinsville's going to line up. Looks like Ethan Bagwell is out for the extra point attempt.
That is Chris Chai.
Oh, Chris Chai, my fault.
Or Andrew Chai, excuse me. And that one barely made it through. That was end over end, pop fly, can of corn in center field. But you know what? It squeaks over the bar, and Collinsville comes right back into this one after a 30-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Trey Swaggart. Makes it 21-7. We're back with the ensuing kickoff in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. 32-yard pass from Anderson to Travion Swaggart.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say after that play, too, we keep running it up the middle. Mascoutah's going to have to stack the box, and that's going to open up something out on the outside. And Travion Swaggart exposed them on that touchdown catch.
Andrew Chai ready to kick it off. And Aiden Jones, one of the deep guys. Chai pops it straight up, and it's going to bounce. And it's going to go right, not to Aiden Jones. Instead, Cedric Rhodes, and Rhodes gets a pretty decent return back in front of the Kahok bench to about the 40.
Yeah, he just got outside of our contained guy, and that earned him probably about an extra 15 yards. Nice return by the Mascoutah Indian return man. Crowd's a little more lively tonight, Todd. I can hear some vocalization and some cheering on. It was pretty silent last time, but it was also pretty cold.
Oh, it was. A little bit better than
it's much nicer
it has been.
Tonight,
It was awesome out last week when we were in Waterloo. We started off the game with no coats on, but eventually had to put them on. But that breeze, that was a wind, man. That was like gale force, 35 mile an hour winds last week. I know a couple people said they were watching and they had a hard time hearing us because we were obviously outside, not in a press box.
Right.
So that wind whips across those microphones, makes it hard to hear.
I'd never been more glad to not be at the game with you.
Yeah, I hear you. Hanson back to pass and throws it up the middle, has a man wide open, and then that man cuts it up the field, and that is Christian Harms.
Yeah, that was a nice open field tackle by Chase Counton. He was playing that inside linebacker position, and he closed really quickly on that Mascoutah receiver. Great play for the senior Chase Counton.
Chase Counton leading tackler for Collinsville. And it's a fresh set of downs here for Mascoutah in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 45. Hanson in shotgun once again. Takes the snap and hands it off. Right up the middle is Brown. Is that Brown? I can't see the number, but at any rate, that's going to be another first down. And yes, it is. Kevin Brown.
Yeah, it looks like we might have had a little blitz on. I think Mascoutah just guessed correctly because at the inception of that play, it didn't look like they had much.
Quick work by Mascoutah. They're right back at it, ready to snap this ball. Hanson claps his hands, gets the ball, throws a little sideline pass, and it's caught by Jones, and Jones then gets taken out after he skips over Travion Swaggart. He was finally taken out with a little help from Jackson Lee, and also on the tackle there for Collinsville is Jace Howell.
It looked like number 33, Nick Becker, in on the tackle. He was a little slow to get up. One of the somebody in the crowd was nice to let him know, get up.
Get up.
Get up.
There's a snap, and Hansen tries the end zone of the corner. I tell you what.
That's a little holding.
That
there.
was a little holding, and he got away with it. Aiden Jones was holding on to the shoulder pad of Travion Swaggart the whole time they were running downfield.
Wow, that's incredible. I don't know if they thought Travion was holding him to his incidental contact. Coaches are in the
I didn't see it.
Back judge's ear right now, I can tell you that, and with good reason.
Yeah,
That's
well,
for
see,
sure.
the referee had to just fix his sleeve because it ended up underneath of his shoulder pad. I wonder how it got there.
He held him off with one hand and caught it with the other one. That's incredible.
Yeah. Too bad it was a miss for him. I'll take it, though. And Hansen scrambles around after everybody was covered. Nice coverage over there by Jackson Lee in that far side corner. Everybody was covered, so Hansen had to tuck it and run, and he didn't get very far.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice, we got 3rd and 8 here, a long 8 it looks like. It would be nice for the Collinsville defense's morale to come up with a big stop here and a turnover on downs.
And they did that earlier in the game down at the other end zone. Ended up getting the ball back at their own 12 after stopping Mascoutah when they were on the move. Here is a keeper by Hansen, and Hansen zigzags, and he's all over that right side. There goes a late flag. And down at the 1-yard line, Hansen is brought down, but we'll have to check the flag.
And Hansen had a full steam ahead behind him. I couldn't see who it was, but he absolutely trucked one of our defensive backs. But looks like everybody's up and okay.
We'll see if this one's going to come back or not.
Looked like it came from the backfield.
It did.
Like
That's usually
hold,
a
maybe.
Hold or an illegal block in the back. It's going to be a hold against Mascoutah, and it'll negate that play. So that's nice because that ball was going to be down at the 1.
Well, that's a gift, right?
Yes, it is.
Capitalize on it, right?
5:49 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville trails 21-7 after trailing 21-0. Trying to make a big stand here on this big 3rd down and about 16 to go for a first down here for Mascoutah. They have to get it down to the 12.
Yeah, if you look at the clock, we get a stop here, come down and score going into the half. It's a brand new ball game.
Each team has all 3 of their timeouts left. Hansen's back to pass, looks to his right, throws to his right, and that was almost caught and then almost intercepted and then almost caught again.
Yeah, Travion Swaggart again. Talk about closing quickly. You can credit the junior Trey Swaggart for breaking up that slant pass coming across the middle.
So it's going to bring up 4th down. How does Mascoutah want to play this?
Well, we're about to find out. The quarterback's getting instructions from the sideline. They're going with a no-huddle offense to give a go at this 4th and 14.
Back to pass is Hansen. He dumps it off in the middle, and that's going to go. Oh, man, Brown picked that ball up off the ground, and he might have got a first down, and he did.
You have got to be kidding me.
Wow.
We had the play blown up. They did a little skinny screen in the middle, and it looks like they're going to give Mascoutah the ball first down on about the 10-yard line.
They are going to be 1st and goal. A timeout called by Collinsville, so we'll step aside for just a brief moment as well. We are back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports
The
Network.
Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
First down and goal for Mascoutah from the Collinsville 10-yard line. And a run, and it goes off of left tackle and about 5 yards on the play, down at the 5 or the 6 was where they'll spot it, so a gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, unfortunate on that 4th down when you've got the ball, stopped. Seemingly the play's blown up, and you give up a first down. Collinsville's defense backs against the wall here.
Sure is. 2nd down and goal, and a throw into the end zone, and that's caught by Jones.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag right at the goal line. And we'll get that sorted out.
We'll see what the side judge is telling the referee.
Looks like they're going to bring it back. They are. It's against Mascoutah. Ineligible man downfield. So, no touchdown. And that's like the third time tonight that Mascoutah's gotten points taken off the board. Granted, they rebounded and put the points back up on the board afterwards, but one of these days that's going to come back and haunt you. You're not going to be able to get those points back.
We sure hope so, right? They keep
Exactly.
giving us gifts. We need to capitalize and put the ball back in Colby Anderson, the Collinsville offense, in their hands.
So 2nd down and 11 now. 2nd down and goal, actually, from the 11. Here's another pass. This one's on the sideline, and there's no one there. And at the last moment, did he get pushed out of bounds? Yes, right at the half-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and goal here for Mascoutah. They'll need a half a yard to get it in, so I've looked for a quarterback keeper from Hanson here.
You would think, right?
Yeah, I did think.
He could sneeze the ball over the goal line there
Pretty
that
much.
close, I think.
He's in shotgun, though, instead of right underneath center, so maybe not. Here it is, 3rd and goal from the 1. A handoff to Brown. Brown gets stuffed and thrown backwards, and then somehow or another he manages to break through there, and it's a touchdown for Mascoutah.
Yeah, credit Mascoutah's running backs. A lot of yards on second efforts. You know, they seem to get stopped or jammed, and they keep their feet pumping, and Collinsville has just been unable to seal the deal, hence the score on the scoreboard. Collinsville 7, Mascoutah 27.
An extra point try once again coming from Ethan D. He is already 3 of 3, trying to make it a perfect 4 for 4. Quarterback Hanson is the holder. Here's the snap. Ball placed down good, and the kick is on the way. And once again, it is through, and it's 28-7 in favor of Mascoutah. Collinsville will get the ball back with 4:44 left on the clock and 2 timeouts in which to work with, and we'll tell you all about that when we come back on the Kahok
The
Sports
Times
Network.
Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times Tribune covers that and more. The Times Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a 1-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times Tribune.
Jerry Richardson, Travion Swagger back deep for Collinsville. And Ethan D. set for another kickoff. 4:44 left to play here in this first half. 28-7 in favor of Mascoutah. And another low squib kick. That'll be picked up at the line and then just brought down right there. Martin Ochoa said, I don't want to run with this ball. I'm just going to flop on the ground.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah. So, Collinsville has 2 timeouts, 4:42 left on the clock, so plenty of time to put a drive together and cut this down to 28-14 before halftime.
Yeah, you do that, it becomes a 2-score game. You force a turnover, something like that, and there's a lot of life left to live for this Kahok football squad in this playoff matchup.
Mascoutah will get the ball back to start the third. Collinsville got the ball to start the game. Here's a snap, and Anderson drops it and then jumps on it. Collinsville will get it back, but that's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play. Second time tonight that Anderson's had to do that. One snap went between his legs. This one was just a missed handoff.
Yeah, unfortunately, he put the ball into fake and just failed to pull it out with sure hands, and I think the ball hit the hip of the running back, which results in a loss of 5 for the Collinsville Kahok offense.
Thomas Hills checks back into the game. He'll line up as a wide receiver here on the near side, stacked 3 deep with Richardson and Chris Garcia Cloud. There's the snap, and the handoff is going to go, it's going to be a keeper for Richardson, or excuse me, for Colby Anderson, and he'll get about 2 on the play and get back half about the 5 they lost.
Yeah, nice run by Richardson. That is Stevie Green's mother cheering on these Kahawks.
She's not going to have a voice left at the end of the night.
No, you know what? She's one of the biggest fans of all these boys. I mean, her boy's hurt not playing. She's still here cheering on all the other guys.
Yep.
So that shows her character.
3rd down and about 12 to go here for Collinsville. They need to get to the 47-yard line to get a first down. And here comes Trent Mode over here on this near sideline as a wide receiver. Anderson in shotgun once again. Richardson in motion. He fakes the handoff to him. Throwing downfield for Swaggart. Swaggart, he is neck and neck. Number 2 against number 2. Swaggart against Cedric Rhodes. And Swaggart could not reach that ball.
Yeah, that go pattern on the touchdown, Trey had to step every bit of the way. And I think that the Mascoutah back sort of read that play because he gave Trey a lot of cushion right off the line of scrimmage there.
Ethan Bagwell will come in for his 5th punt of this game. The backup quarterback of the freshman team. Freshman won big last night, 40-0. And Bagwell, he's set to punt again, and this one's high, end over end, aims toward the sideline, and this time it is not going to be brought back by Aiden Jones. He already has 1 punt return for a touchdown, a 57-yarder in the first quarter of this game, so keep the ball away from him. That's the name of that game.
Yeah, that was a great punt by the freshman Bagwell. He's got a nose for the game. He's been playing football a long time, loves football, also excels on the baseball field. A lot of exciting things happening in Kahok athletics, especially with these underclassmen, really in pretty much every sport at this point.
Yeah, freshman team is 4-0. I think JV's going for a 4-0 start tomorrow. Here's a snap, and the handoff. Well, it's going to be a keeper there by Hansen, and Hansen gets gobbled up at the 35-yard line. He'll pick up about 2.5 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 7 to go.
Underclassmen also having a lot of success on the baseball field over the last week. My son's a freshman. He threw for the JV squad. They won, and then he picked up 2 W's with the freshmen. So
yeah,
a lot of exciting.
16-0 butt whipping over East Alton Wood River right here.
They did go up there and take care of some business.
That's going to be an offside. No, they're not going to call it. Guess not.
It's like the NFL, give them a free play.
Sure. They should do that more often. Hansen, back to pass. Looks. Down the right-hand side, he's got Aiden Jones wide open, and Aiden Jones is going to pick up himself a 65-yard touchdown pass to go along with his 57-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, Trey Swaggart got sucked in. He thought the quarterback was going to run the ball, and he was beat by a good 10 yards on that play. Nobody home. Results in another touchdown for the Mascoutah Indians to put them up 34-7. Pending the PAT.
Yeah, we were just talking about Collinsville had plenty of time to move down the field. They had 2 timeouts left to get a drive together, and they end up giving the ball back to Mascoutah, and Mascoutah takes advantage, and they're down there in what, 2 plays? 3 plays?
We're going to see in the second half what the true character of this Kahok football team is. It's tough to come out with your back against the wall down that many in a game that's this brutal and physical. So hopefully they'll come out and put up a fight. But for now, we're going to enjoy this last 2 minutes and 15 seconds of Collinsville versus Mascoutah.
35-7, Mascoutah has the lead. We are back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Back here at Kahok Stadium, I'm Todd Duke. The other microphone is Dr. Chris McCluskey. We should have another home game next week because if you lose this game, you're still playing whoever loses the Triad Highland game tonight. We've already played Triad and Highland at their places, so one of them's going to have to come here, I think. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Here's a nice kickoff return again by Collinsville, and this time it was brought up by one of the up men, and that was Austin Stewart.
36, Austin Stewart. Great young man, excels on the wrestling mat as well. Kid works hard. He's always in the gym, and glad to see him get a chance to run that ball back up the field for Collinsville.
Yeah, right on the 50-yard line is where Collinsville will begin this drive, and they've got, again, plenty of time and 2 timeouts in their pocket, 2:09 left. Put something together here and trim that lead. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver over here on the near side. Richardson in the slot. Jaden Neighbors is the lone running back. He stands over the left-hand shoulder of, and there's another one between the legs of Anderson. He has to run back. He does. He finds Richardson, and Richardson will get positive yardage out of this.
Unbelievable.
Man, oh, man. That's nice that you're only going to get 2, but it's better than losing 7.
Well, and there's some of that grit and character. I mean, Colby, obviously there was miscommunication or a fumbled snap, something, but he didn't quit on the play and got the ball to Richardson, and Collinsville is now in Mascoutah territory once again.
Ball on the Indians' 48-yard line. 95 seconds left to play here in this first half. Collinsville trailing 35-7. 3 wide receivers set on the far side with Chris Garcia-Cloud as the tight end. The handoff, though, goes to Neighbors. Neighbors goes east to west and right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he ran a long way for a
2-yard loss.
0 net gain, a 2-yard loss on that play, unfortunately. Yeah, I noticed last game against Mascoutah, their backs do close quickly. They run east and west really, really well. So I think power football is going to be, that's where we've seen the most success so far outside of the 1 touchdown pass. So I think Collinsville is going to be well suited to saddle up behind their tackles and see if they can't march the ball down the field.
Under a minute to go here in this first half, 35-7. Kahawks are trailing. Need some scoring here. Going to have a chance. You need to probably put a touchdown up before halftime. Here's the snap. Anderson, he's back to pass. He gets pressured. He dumps it off as a screen, and then a little horse collar tackle there by number 50 for Mascoutah. That's Evan Stevens, and he wrapped him around the helmet and threw him down.
Yeah, that was the man that number 60 was supposed to block, and number 60 was standing there with nothing to do and got a little upset that the guy he was supposed to block made the tackle. Unfortunately.
So a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 14 here for Collinsville. They're just going to let the half run out. And that'll do it for the first half of play. 35-7 in favor of Mascoutah. We'll take a timeout, come back, and I believe the Collinsville High School Marching Kahawks are going to entertain us at halftime. We'll let you see that when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports
Lakeside
Network.
Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home,
making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Ladies and gentlemen, your Collinsville Kahok High School Marching Band.
Because he goes, that was a shitty kick. And one of the aides walked up and was like, hey, you gotta watch your mouth or you're gonna be kicked out. And then everybody turned around and were like, all the teammates were like, we have 10 days, it doesn't matter. So you guys have what? Yeah. 10 in-person days, yeah. And it's the last home game. No, next game, no matter what we do, it's home game. May 5th is the last day, so 10 in-person days, but 9 because everyone's skipping. So they skip day number 2. Yeah, but I really don't have work.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
And we welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium, halftime, 35-7 in favor of Mascoutah. Hope you enjoyed listening to the Collinsville High School Kahawk Marching Band. How about some scores for you from around the area? We'll begin with the rest of the teams that are playing here in this Mississippi Valley Bowl Series. Right now, Highland leading Triad by a score of 21-0. Triad beat Highland earlier in Pool A play. And right now, Waterloo, they are leading Jerseyville by a score of 7-0 in the consolation bracket. The other consolation game is canceled. Granite City is in COVID protocols, and they are out for the rest of the year since there was only 2 games left, and they have to be out for 14 days. So Granite City and Civic Memorial did not play tonight. Civic Memorial will advance to the consolation championship, and whoever wins between Waterloo and Jerseyville will play Civic Memorial next week, and the loser will be looking for someone to play, I am guessing. Southwestern Conference scores for you at the half. Edwardsville beating O'Fallon 14-13. Belleville West over Alton 28-14. And it's East St. Louis over Belleville East by a score of 27-6. Here it is 35-7. All Mascoutah. Collinsville's lone touchdown was a 32-yard touchdown pass from Colby Anderson to Travion Swaggart, and that was sandwiched in between 3 touchdowns by Mascoutah before and 2 touchdowns by Mascoutah after that touchdown by Collinsville, and that's why the Kahawks are looking at the wrong end of a 35-7 score. I'm Todd Duke. Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone with us here tonight. And Dr. Chris, what do we got to do to pull out a victory here tonight? It's a long battle uphill.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, we talk about it going into halftime that the second half is really a test of grit and character. The odds of coming back and winning the game are slim. It can be done, of course. But the thing I'm looking for out of these young men is some energy, some heart, some drive, some passion, slapping each other, high fives, and trying to overcome what was, an abysmal first half energetically and objectively if you look at the scoreboard. So we're behind these kids all the way. We believe in them. And I'd like to see him come out and show some grit and determination. Here we go.
Andrew Chai kicks the ball off. It's high and not very deep, but it's picked up at the 25-yard line by Cedric Rhodes. And Rhodes breaks another tackle on the far side, cuts it back up toward midfield. And finally, he is pushed down from behind by Kershaw before he could enter Collinsville territory, but he was close.
Yeah, and there's a flag back on the 35.
So we'll probably have a little adjustment in field position here. Instead of being close to midfield, I would imagine it's going to come back a little bit. It's a holding call against Mascoutah, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, there certainly has been no shortage of penalties against Mascoutah.
That's true.
They keep giving Collinsville opportunities, and let's see. Our defense has got them pinned deep in their own territory. See if we can get a quick 3 and out here.
That would be right on the menu that I would order. All right, Chase Hansen. He's in shotgun. He has Brown over his right-hand shoulder. Split wide receivers on both sides. He's going to keep the ball, is Hansen. He zigs and zags, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds, and Travion Swaggart gets the final push onto the sideline. And Jackson Lee, man, he wanted to do that tackle so bad, but whoever that receiver was over here on the near side, I believe was Aiden Jones. He was doing a hell of a job blocking.
Yeah, he did a great job, and I'm glad they let Trey play. I don't think there was any malicious intent there. He did hit the guy out of bounds, but I think it was just a lot of hustle, and that's what we're looking for.
Fresh set of downs here for Mascoutah, and Hansen's going to keep the ball again. He's going to try left tackle this time, and only a limited success, a gain of a yard on the play.
Collinsville's defensive interior basically just stood the offensive line up. The linebackers filled, and that goes for a short gain for the Mascoutah Indians.
By the way, the softball team lost earlier, 5-1.
That's a bummer. They got off to a pretty good start.
They did.
So far. But in baseball or softball, if you win 2 out of every 3, you're usually a really, really good team.
Yeah. And another snap and another keeper by Hansen. He keeps that ball a lot.
Man, that was an excellent read by number 6, Trent Mode. That looked like a little skinny option to the outside. The quarterback faked the pitch. Mode did not bite. He stayed on contain and shut that play down for only about a half yard's worth of a gain.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 here for Mascoutah. Ball sitting on their own 38-yard line. Big 3rd down play here for Collinsville. If you want to come back in this game, it starts now, and we're going to have a false start, I believe. Yeah, and it's going to be 5 yards deeper for Mascoutah to move the ball up.
Yeah, and, a good example of that grit and character, Trent Mode, number 6, out there before that snap is looking around. He's barking, he's yelling, he's guiding his teammates. There's certainly no lack of energy out of number 6, Trent Mode. Good for that young man.
So the Kahok softball team lost their first game of the year. Kahok baseball team trying to win their first game of the year. They have a doubleheader tomorrow at Highland. And a snap for Hansen. He's going to go back to pass, looks down the middle, throws down the middle, and throws it just past the fingertips of Aiden Jones. 4th down, big stand there.
That was nice. It's just exactly what the Collinsville Kahawks ordered. I think their defensive squad has sort of led the team this year. I think that's where the gasoline comes into the Kahawk engine, is right through this defensive squad. So let's see.
Here's something we haven't seen all year. Collinsville has not put anybody back to receive a punt in all the games that we've done so far, but this time they have 2 back. One of those is Jerry Richardson, and the other is Trent Mode. Back to punt is Aiden Jones. He's got some speed, so I wouldn't be surprised if he fakes it. If he does, it'd be pretty gutsy. High fly ball, And Collinsville lets it bounce, and it takes a Collinsville bounce, and finally it's touched out of bounds. Guess where? The 42-yard line. Collinsville has started from the 42, 43-yard line 5 times in this game.
Well, maybe the 6th time is the charm, right?
I hear you.
That was a great punt.
It
by
was.
the Mascoutah punter. Man, that ball was towering. Looked like it went as high as the lights.
I'm surprised that Trent Mode didn't just call for the fair catch and catch it right there, but they decided to back off and let it bounce, and they got about 5 more yards out of the bounce.
Turned out to be a great decision by
Sure.
number 6.
Swaggart and Richardson line up as wide receivers on the far side. Richardson in the slot. Chris Garcia-Cloud is the tight end, and the handoff is going to go to Jaden Neighbors. He runs east to west, then tries to cut it up and doesn't do it soon enough, and then gets taken out after he gains about a yard.
Yeah,
and a late flag going up. That might have been a late hit out of bounds.
Like there's a little extracurricular activity going on after the whistle.
Too much east to west,
Yeah,
man.
you're not going to outrun Mascoutah's defensive backs going east to west. That's for sure. It looks like Collinsville is going to be at the receiving end of this penalty.
Well, that means it's probably a unsportsmanlike conduct, a reaction bad to probably a hit they thought was late.
And maybe Travion Swaggart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he's being called off the field. And Collinsville is going to be backed up all the way to their own 28-yard line. They've got to get to the 48-yard line on the other side of the 50 to get a first down.
Yeah, Coach Gurley coming to the aid of Trey Swaggart. The young man's emotionally charged right now and drew a flag, so hopefully the coaching staff can get him. Calm down a little bit. We need him on the football field.
There is an Anderson keeper. He's going to try the right side, and he's going to be wrapped up, and he is wrapped up out of bounds. But the referee says to continue to run the clock, so apparently he was down before he touched the white line. And the clock continues to run with 9.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Collinsville trailing 35-7.
The referee's probably going to make sure that he does everything he can do to keep the clock running at this point.
Now we have a timeout called. We have an injury. Looks like Colby Anderson is holding his left rib cage, so he is coming off the field, but he is in some noticeable pain. And that means that Ethan Bagwell is going to have to come in and finish this series.
Yeah,
it's third down and 25.
Based on what I'm seeing, I don't know if it's his rib cage or if he's got a shoulder issue,
Yeah,
and
it
that's
could be.
why his
Yep.
arm's tied up. I think it's probably that right shoulder.
Yeah, looks like it might be. You're right, because that's what the medical staff was paying attention to. So here comes Ethan Bagwell onto the field. Bagwell's got a great arm. I was fortunate enough to do a JV game earlier in the year, and boy, that he can heave it.
Hit 88 miles an hour off the pitcher's mound as a freshman already, Todd.
Yeah, and he throws that ball down there with a tight spiral as well. All right, so Bagwell in at shotgun. Bagwell was 0 for 1 in the passing department when he came in last week at Waterloo. He lets one go, and this one is going to be picked off at the 40-yard line. That was intended for Jackson Lee, but that was hung up there way too far, and Tristan Patrick came down with that ball.
Yeah, on that go route, you want to get that ball to the sidelines. And Bagwell left it almost into the hash mark, and there were a host of Mascoutah defenders just waiting for that puppy to come down.
Yeah, that ball needed to have a more vertical zip on it than it did going straight up into the air, more like a punt. That's how long that ball stayed up there. So an interception. So Bagwell, after 0 for 1 last week, is now 0 for 2 with an interception. He'll learn. He's only a freshman. Colby Anderson was only a freshman last year when he was plugged into starting duty after Chris Chai went down with injury after injury.
Yeah, I think you'll see Ethan Bagwell do some pretty neat things on the Kahok football field in the years to come.
So Mascoutah's ball, and the Indians, unable to score on their first possession here in the second half, will give it a second try as they continue to work on Colby Anderson down here where he went out of bounds. Both athletic trainers are still checking out the Collinsville quarterback. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to, nope, it's going to be a keeper by Hansen, and Hansen barrels forward to about the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and 5.
Well, Collinsville's defense continues to fight. Our interior line standing up the Mascoutah offensive line and giving our linebackers plenty of work to do here this evening, and they're doing a pretty darn good job of it.
3rd and 5, 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Hansen in shotgun, and he'll keep it again. Nope, this thing's going to hand it off to Brown, and Brown finds a seam on left tackle, and then A touchdown saving tackle there probably by Travion Swaggerty. Got him around the ankles and tripped him up before Brown could get any farther.
Yeah, Trey closed, and then there again is the senior Chase Counting, not showing any quit or give up. He came in to assist with Travion. That's great leadership by those two young men on the Collinsville defense.
7:40 to play here in this third quarter. Another fresh set of downs here for Mascoutah, as Hanson and Brown are the only ones in the backfield. 3 wide receivers all bunched here together on this near side. It's a keeper by Hanson. He skips and hops, and he'll pick up another first down in the process. Needed 10, got 11.
Looks like Travion Swaggart a little slow to get up after that play. Some well wishes to that young man.
Yeah, his brother Damian is not here. It's his second week that he's missed a game.
Yeah, and he played really well during that last home game against Mascoutah.
Here's a high snap. Hanson takes it and back and throws it down the middle, and that one is a touchdown. I cannot believe that Aiden Jones held on to that ball when it looked like for a second Swagger was going to sweep right across and make the interception.
Where did he come from? That was an incredible catch.
Man.
By number 1, Aiden Jones.
Man, oh man. 25-yard catch by Jones. He's already got a couple of TD catches and a punt return for a touchdown. And another Ethan D extra point is going to make this 42-7 if Jones can connect 5 of 5 extra pointers here. Or excuse me, D. Ethan D. Here's a snap. Hanson sets the ball down, and D puts it right through the uprights once again. Looks like Mascoutah's found themselves a kicker, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him.
Yeah, we will take a timeout. Collinsville will get the ball back after we take this brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Ethan D set to kick it off for the Mascoutah Indians, and he does so, and it's all the way to the second line, and Collinsville just swallows it up there. And for the first time in a long time, they will not start at the 42 or 43-yard line. Instead, it'll be the 36.
It looks like Colby Anderson's back on the football
Yeah.
field.
Pop that shoulder back in, right?
That's a good. That's a good sign. I hope.
Rub some dirt on it.
All right.
Walk it off. That's what my dad used to tell me. I never understood the whole rubbing the dirt in it thing. I'm like, wouldn't that infect it?
It's an old baseball term, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, my dad was my manager in my Little League days. Caseyville Corey League.
Bad News Bears style.
Bad News Bears. Well, there's an offside call, and the Mascoutah player jumped offside as soon as, Jerry Richardson started in motion.
I had a Little League baseball coach one time that would put a bat in his right hand, a glove in his left hand. You would throw it to him in his glove. He would throw it up and hit it with the bat for infield, and he'd be smoking a cigarette the entire time.
What, is Jim Leland giving you batting practice?
It was great. It was
Fielding
great.
practice? Yeah.
Oh, man.
And in motion again. They were running to each other, did Neighbors and Richardson. Neighbors still on his feet, and somehow or another, he's going to turn this into positive yardage. He's going to gain about 6 on the play after that play was well busted.
What an incredible effort by Jaden Neighbors. Again, I'll go back to grit and character, and that's showing some heart right there. Good for number 24, Jaden Neighbors.
Ended up getting 6 yards out of absolutely nothing there after he and Jerry Richardson ran into each other right at the point of the handoff. So 2nd down and 4 for Collinsville. Long way to go here for the Kahawks, down 42-7. 6:20 left to play here in this third quarter. And the Kahawks need to score, and then, well, they need to not allow another score. They're going to have running clock in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Collinsville obviously has an uphill battle, but they're playing for heart and character.
There we go.
Now.
Jerry Richardson breaks through a seam, up the near sideline, zigzags out of another tackle, and he's finally taken down inside the 20-yard line. Nice run by Jerry Richardson of about 47 yards.
Yeah, great run by number 9 Richardson. Also nice to see number 11. Is that Thomas Hills,
Yeah.
I guess. Out there to congratulate Richardson right away. We talked about these guys high-fiving each other and having some energy, and right there we saw some.
37-yard run there by the leading rusher for Collinsville, Jerry Richardson, who lines up over the left-hand shoulder of Colby Anderson. Anderson barks out the signals and keeps it himself and runs it right up the middle, and he takes a couple of tacklers with him, and it ends up being a four-man job just to tackle Colby Anderson.
Yeah, he kept those legs pumping, and it took a host of Indian defenders to bring down the junior quarterback, Colby Anderson.
Man, that was some self-determination there, wasn't it?
You got that right.
Got about half of what he needed, so 2nd and 5.
Hey, we're running behind those tackles. We're having success. I say let's keep it up and punch that ball in the end zone.
Kershaw and Swaggart line up as wide receivers on the far side. Trent Mode over here on the near side. Again, Jerry Richardson takes the handoff, and he goes up the middle, puts on a spin move, flag in the backfield. That's probably going to come back on a hold against Collinsville, as the Kahawks will be a yard short of where they need to go for a first down as of right now.
Yeah, typically the referee throws a flag when you're running behind your interior line. You're going to see a hold.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So that 4-yard gain will go for naught, and Collinsville will have to battle uphill once again. It'll bring up a second down and about 13 to go for a first down here. 14.
Good news is we still have good field position, so you are in 4-down territory.
Well, yeah, being down 42-7, everything's 4-down territory.
You're right.
I think be at the other end of the field and it'd be 4th down territory. Here's Jackson Lee lines up as the wide receiver over here on the near side. Same two on the far, Swaggart and Kershaw. And the throw is going to be to Kershaw in the slot. He's got Swaggart as a blocker, and then I believe that Kershaw tripped over the legs of the man that Swaggart was blocking.
I think he tripped over the 20-yard line.
It could be.
Sniper got him.
20-yard lines, they'll reach up and grab you by the ankle.
Right.
So 3rd down and about 8 to go here for Collinsville.
Nice to see positive yardage each play. If we can pick up another 3, 4, or 5, then we got a short 4th down, and we can move those chains.
Over here on the near side, Thomas Hills. He's the wide receiver closest to you at the bottom of your screen. And the play goes to the top of the screen. That's Trey Swaggart. Bounces off of his own player, and then he gets swarmed over there. I think that, 11 players on the field? I think 12 of them were over there tackling Swaggart.
Yeah, wide receiver screen, and he just didn't get any blocking out of his buddies. They actually got pushed back into Trey, and he had nowhere to go.
So 4th down and about 5 to go here for Collinsville. And they need to pick up a first down just inside the 10, right between the 10 and the 9-yard line, or else they'll be giving the ball back to Mascoutah.
Yeah, this is a play where you really need your interior line to grit their teeth. Looks like Mascoutah's going to stack the box, even though we're trying to spread them out.
Kershaw in motion, and the handoff is going to go to Jerry Richardson, and he gets the exact amount of yards that he needs for a first down, maybe +1.
Nice misdirection play by the Kahawks. Looked like we were going to run a sweep to the weak side. Richardson come back under the inside on a nice trap block to go right up the gut for a Collinsville first down.
1st and goal for the Kahawks. Haven't been able to say that all night, because their lone touchdown was a 32-yard pass play to Swaggart, so we weren't inside the 20 during that one. And here we are inside the 10, and it'll be 1st down and goal.
Yeah, now
from the 7.
Trust what got you here, right?
Right. Richardson, the lone running back, stands to the right of Anderson. Anderson's going to go back to pass. Instead, he rolls to his right, now back to his left. He looks and he throws, and is it in? Waiting for a signal. Yes, it is. Touchdown, Collinsville.
I was waiting to see if that was a tight end or a tackle that caught that football.
That was Thomas Hills that caught that football. And an extra point pending here by Andrew Chai.
Well, that was a great series for Collinsville. Again, you know, they're playing for grit and heart and determination at this point. It could be hard to mount a comeback, but that's a real good sign for these kids.
Chai sends it, and it's no good. Wide to the left, so unable to pick up point number 14. It stays Mascoutah 42 and Collinsville 13. And we take a break and come back and tell you all about the ensuing kickoff in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports
Illinois
Network.
welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the end zone. Well, Collinsville got a touchdown. And when we said the extra point was no good, there was a flag on the play. So Collinsville got a rebirth, and they went for two, and Jerry Richardson went into the end zone. And Collinsville picks up the two-point conversion. So instead of 42-13, it's 42-15. And Mascoutah, with the ensuing kickoff, gets it up to that, guess what, 43-yard line.
There it is again.
I'm going to go play lottery numbers, and I guess they don't have a lottery number where you can just pick one number, huh? I'd be picking 43.
I don't know much about the lottery. I just know that the people who play it a lot hold up the line.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. I was in a convenience store today, and there was a guy right on my back in line. And every step I took forward to get away from him, he stepped right with me. And I'm like, I felt like turning around going, dude, you know we're in a pandemic, right? Get off me. I don't even like that when we're not in a pandemic. Here's a handoff. Mascoutah bringing out some new guns here. Fumble! And I believe Collinsville might have that ball. And they do.
Great turn of events for the Collinsville Kahawk football team.
Ian Jackson comes in to run for the first time tonight, and he turns the ball over. And Collinsville not going away quietly here. 2:15 left in this third quarter. Kahawks trailing 42-15. And now they have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, it's nice. We get the ball back in Mascoutah territory, having some success running the football. You know, man, wouldn't it be nice to rattle off a couple touchdowns right here and change the energy and complexion of this sideline over here for the Collinsville Kahawks.
Collinsville Kahawks said, you can't have your drive start on the 42-yard line, so we're going to take it away from you, and we're going to start on the 42-yard line.
On your 42-yard
right.
line.
All right, so new life here for Collinsville. Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side.
Over here on the near side, you have Trent Mode and a Anderson pass going for Swaggart. Far sideline. Swaggart. Oh, boy.
Pass interference.
There was a lot of bumping and shoving going on by both of them, I think. So
Yeah.
maybe the referees decided there was enough by both of them to not warrant a flag.
Yeah. Travion
Tight
wants
coverage.
to know what's going on.
I think Travion dropped his mouthpiece.
Oh, I hope so, because when he turned around, I thought, please don't go talk to the referee, Trey.
I know.
Oh, I never been so glad to see a kid drop his mouthpiece.
I'm telling you.
Good for him. He did have a couple steps on the Mascoutah defender, but then he closed quick, and, boy, it sure looked like an awful lot of contact to me.
Yeah, that was a good battle, but, you know.
Doesn't matter at this point.
Right. That was a good battle over there with him and Nathan Hunt. And a handoff this time is going to go to Richardson. He stutter steps, comes around the left-hand side, has room. He's off to the races. Is he going to make it to the end zone? No, he gets taken out at the 2-yard line.
Hey, go right back to the horse that got you there in the first
Flag
place.
on the play.
Oh, boy.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, son of a gun.
Yeah.
You have a kid make a solid run, and, you know, I didn't see it, but if a hold sprung the run, then you got to bring it back, right?
Yep, sure do. A little stutter step might have fooled one of his linemen and caused him to hold afterwards. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but it doesn't erase what actually happened. You know, it was nice to see Jerry in action. It was a great run, and even though the yards are erased, you know, it was still an exciting athlete to watch play this game.
So now the ball back in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 48. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 20 for Collinsville. Swaggart on the far side. Jackson Lee over here on the near side. Anderson in shotgun. He'll go back to pass. He'll look for Swaggart again. Same side of the field. Swaggart's in front of the ball. He's got it at the 25 down to the 15-yard line.
Man, what a great adjustment by Trey Swaggart. The Mascoutah safety got turned around right at the last minute. Travion capitalized and bailed his buddies out of a what looked to be a crucial penalty, and now all of a sudden Collinsville is back in business.
37-yard catch from Anderson to Swaggart. And Collinsville's back in business here. 1st and 10 from the Mascoutah 15-yard line as we have a minute 15 left here in this third quarter. Anderson takes a low snap. He'll take it directly out to the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of room, and then one of the defenders got an arm on him and knocked him off balance, and Anderson went stumbling down at the 11-yard line, so a pickup of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Well, Collinsville looking to punch the ball into the end zone for the second time in just a short amount of time, and they're going to go ahead and huddle up and grab a game plan and see what they can do. Mascoutah's defense might be wearing down a little bit. They've been on the field quite a bit here as of late.
35 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Anderson in shotgun once again, has Richardson to his right, and Richardson gets the ball and tries the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of room. He cuts it back up toward the middle, and now on the sideline, he's finally brought out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 24.9 seconds left, so a chance for the Kahawks to put some points on the board before this third quarter comes to a close.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting here. 24.9 seconds left. The crowd's starting to get a little bit more vocal and get behind these kids. So we will see how this third quarter ends shortly.
Jackson Lee and Colby Anderson trot off the field together after getting the play from B.J. Ogata. And now we're back to action again. 2 wide receivers near, 1 far. Here's the low snap. Handoff to Richardson. He's in for the touchdown.
Well, I like that play call. You know, Jerry Richardson had a lot to do with the success here lately, and they get him the ball and let him enjoy that touchdown. He looks like holding his wrist, so hopefully he's okay. But he's definitely slow to come off the field.
So Collinsville with back-to-back touchdowns here.
Looks like Richardson's going to stay in the game, actually.
It also looks like Collinsville's going to go for 2 again. And they are. Swaggart again lines up on the wide receiver hash mark
on the far side. Here's the snap. Anderson keeps the ball, and he gets plastered.
Oh, boy.
He got plastered right at the point of contact.
Is that number 42?
I believe so. Ryan Jackson, 5'10", 225 pounds. He is one of the bigger guys on the team. Matter of fact, there's a guy that 240 and another one at 230 after that, 225. So
yeah, well, he was showed that he can move that frame because he met Colby Anderson like a dump truck there.
You're not kidding. 42-21. Indians have a 21-point lead, so Collinsville trails by 3 touchdowns, which is what they trailed by before they got their first touchdown. 21-0. So we know they can score 21 points because they've already done it. We just need to hold Mascoutah to 0 and score another 21 ourselves.
Well, let's do it.
Sure. I'm game. I don't have anywhere to be.
Played well in this second half. That's exactly what we were hoping to see. That also gives our defense a break, which people don't realize. The longer you're out on that field, you only have so much gas in the tank, right? And having our offense on the field so much has really helped our defense save and conserve energy.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of these guys play both sides, so some of them get rest and some of them don't, but the ones that don't, they'll be flying. And I guarantee you the ones that do, like Travion Swaggart, he's out there for both. He'll be flying.
Right.
Andrew Chai ready to kick off. I hear you, onside kick. How about that, huh? Max Link comes onto the field late. Sure, he'll get a talking to about that. Know your assignments. You're on the kick team. Here is Chai, and he'll pop this one up short. And over here on the near side, it'll bounce, and it'll be picked up. And immediately Swaggart and Hill in there on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice play, nice hustle by number 11 and number 2. Again, showing leadership, showing that there is no quit in this Collinsville Kahok football team.
Nathan Hunt, I think he thought about letting that ball go, but it's a kickoff. If you don't grab that ball before the opposing team does, it's not yours any longer. So he had to pick it up right there on the sideline because it was apparent that it wasn't going to go all the way out of bounds. And as soon as he picked it up, man, Swaggart and Hills were in there quick. So 1st and 10 here for Mascoutah. Hanson in shotgun, and nope, it looks like they have the B team out there, to tell you the truth, because Hanson is no longer at quarterback. That's Zane Timmon, the 5'10", 155-pound sophomore backup quarterback.
I'll tell you what, I know it's 21-42. Maybe they just did that for the last play of the third period.
Could
and
be.
They'll go right back to their starters.
End of 3, 42-21, and we'll take a timeout. And fourth quarter action coming your way next on the Kahok Sports
Looking
Network.
for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. Zane Timmon is in at quarterback for Mascoutah. He'll keep the ball, he'll run it up the middle, and he will get absolutely nowhere. All kinds of Kahawks in there on that tackle. Chase Counton is on top of the pile. On the bottom of the pile is Chris Garcia-Cloud. Trent Mode in there as well.
Hot pursuit by the Collinsville Kahok defense. Again, they're playing with some really much improved energy this half, and it shows like they're going to finish this game strong one way or the other, which is very, very good to see.
Phoenix Mendola is the lone running back. He stands next to Timmon. 3 wide receivers over here on the near side. And now we're going to switch up some wide receivers. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And Timon takes the snap. He throws it over here on this near side sideline to Donovan Green, and Green is immediately met by Austin Stewart.
Yeah, just a quick out pass to the wide receiver, and looks like Mascoutah will punt the ball.
Yes, they are. And if Collinsville scores a touchdown here, they'll bring out the starters again.
If they don't, there's a problem with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Especially in playoff football. I mean, I thought it was pretty early to bring in the backups anyway.
Yeah, I did too.
There's all
at the end of the third quarter.
All of a sudden, it's conceivable that Collinsville, has enough time and energy to make this a football game.
They are going to run out of time before they can snap this ball. Oh, yep. And it was a delay of game. That'll put him back 5 yards. I thought for a minute that Jones might fake it because Jones has that speed. They only needed 4 yards, but now they're going to need about 10 or 9, and I think that'll change everybody's minds.
Probably right. I think that's probably what caused the delay of game is they were trying to get their stuff straight to make that happen, and they just ran out of time.
So 4th down and 9 now instead of 4th and 4. Collinsville does have a couple of punt returners back, and Jones pops one high in the air. It's going to run over here to the sideline, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. Oh, close to the 42-yard line. 46 this time, though. Collinsville will start in Mascoutah territory with 10:18 left to play. Collinsville trails by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Collinsville has decent field position here to start this drive. And we've put the ball in the air a little bit more as of late. I think that's what's resulted in some of our quick points. So it'll be anxious to see what the coaching staff decides to do with the Collinsville offense.
Looks like some of the same players that have played on offense. The backup team for Mascoutah is out there on defense as well. So let's take advantage of some guys who are probably a little cold and a little underplayed.
Yeah, let's see a foot race between Richardson or Swaggart.
Anderson back to pass. He's going for Swaggart again here on the near side, and
that's got to be pass interference.
Pass interference.
You got that right. I was say if that one doesn't get a
that got double flags.
And the young man has his helmet off, which you're not.
I think it got knocked off.
Knocked off. Okay,
I think it got knocked off on the.
Hoping he was okay.
When they hit the ground, I think it flew off, and that is Nathan Hunt on the coverage there against Swaggart. And it is going to be pass interference, and Collinsville will be a little deeper into Mascoutah territory.
I'm confused. Oh, I see what's going on. He walked all the way back to the original line of scrimmage in order to walk off the penalty.
Yeah, it's not like the NFL where it's a spot penalty. You get a 10-yard penalty for pass interference and a first down. So Collinsville does have a new first down. Ball on the 39-yard line. Snap, handoff goes to Richardson. He cuts it around the left-hand side, has a little room, gets past one tackler, and then he was caught from behind. And the ball pops out, but after the tackle was already made, and that's a good gain of about 8 on the play.
Yeah, great run by Jerry Richardson, and a couple back, and he turned sideways and just kind of slipped through him for an extra 2-3 yards there.
Thomas Hills checks back into the game. He has a 7-yard touchdown pass from Anderson. Swaggart has a 32-yard touchdown pass from Anderson. The other touchdown came on a 2-yard run by Jerry Richardson. Here it is 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line of the Indians. Collinsville trying to put some more points on the board, make a game out of this. They trail by 3 touchdowns. We're late in the 4th quarter, and Anderson's back to pass, but that's whistled dead on a false start.
Yeah, I think our receiver, Jerry Richardson, got going about a second too soon, and referees absolutely had to blow that play dead.
So Collinsville, after some progress forward, will go backwards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 instead of 2nd down and 2.
Well, the big point of contention is it stopped the clock for a while. It's they've wound it now, but that gives us a little bit more time to huddle up and make a play because at this point in time, every second counts.
Yeah, you need to probably start thinking about going to that hurry-up offense if you've got that in your game plan. Anderson in shotgun, snap back to pass once again. He looks and he throws down the far sideline, and that one's overthrown by everyone, and bodies are tripping over each other out there as well.
Yeah, it looked like everybody got all tangled up, and the ball flew everybody by about 10 yards. I'll tell you what, that was a pretty deep pass. I think he
not bad.
threw that ball about 47 yards.
9:07 the clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. Trent Mode comes back in from the sideline. Travion Swaggart, the other wide receiver, will join him. Mondre Kroom also in there, and he'll go over on the slot far side. Trade places with Jerry Richardson. Richardson stands to Anderson's left. Kroom comes into motion, and they run into each other, but Richardson takes the handoff, has a first down, and he gets inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line, and the chains will move once again here for Collinsville.
Yeah, that was that same play I mentioned earlier with the fake, sweep to the strong side, and then here comes Richardson back to the weak side, and guard pulls, and that's good for a Collinsville first down.
So Kahawks with a fresh set of downs. 8:50 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Clock on the move once again after the chains were set down. Hills lines up on the far side. Over here on the near side, Swaggart. And a fake pass there by Anderson. And he zigs, he zags. He's got those feet moving like Fred Astaire out there. And he picks up about 5 yards when he does it.
Fred Astaire, how old are you, Todd?
I know. I don't know who else dances, man. I mean, he was a big dancing guy back in the day. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. Right. I guess I could have said, Bruno Mars?
You just made my night.
Moving his feet over there like Bruno Mars. I don't know. I'm old. What do you want?
Oh, I love it. You're not that old, man. Neither of us are getting any younger, that's for sure.
No.
We have a good time. I appreciate you having us, and I'm just glad it didn't get as cold as I thought it was going to tonight.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got this heater going a little bit too, man, so that helps.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're the first one in the press box. You get to take the heater. Here's Anderson scrambling. Almost dropped the ball, and he throws it, and he shouldn't have done that because that's an interception by Mascoutah. Trying to find Swaggart while he was scrambling, but he never got enough on it. And besides that, I'm pretty sure that the defender was in front of Swaggart when he threw it anyway.
Yeah, just trying to make something out of nothing there. You can't fault the want for the kid, but it was just a poor decision from a football standpoint.
Yeah, especially when you were trying to claw your way back into this. Man, you score a touchdown, you're only down by 2 with 7 minutes and plus left to go. You're still got a chance, but now the defense has to go back to work, try to get this ball back.
Yeah, unless you get a big turnover here, that plays could be a deal breaker.
Yeah, I agree. So Timon back in shotgun. He'll keep it himself, try up the middle, and he'll get a couple of yards before he's brought down.
Man, we almost had that turnover. He fumbled that ball and was bobbling around, and somehow he regained a good handle on the ball and turned it into a little bit of positive yardage.
7:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 42-21 in favor of Mascoutah. And Timon back in shotgun once again. And a handoff this time. Oh, smacked right before the line of scrimmage was Delvis Laporte. I don't know who hit him, but boy, that was a smack.
Number 20, Chase Counton,
Man.
with the big hit of the night for Collinsville defense. Man, you want to talk about a Mack truck. He just returned the favor, and I heard somebody in the booth say hit somebody before that play, and Chase Counton listened.
That wasn't like running into a brick wall. That was like a brick wall running into you.
Oh, man, that was a big hit. I'll tell you what, he's put a lot of time and effort and energy in the weight room. He is a very strong young man.
In shotgun once again is Timon, and he again has Laporte back behind him, and the handoff goes that way, and Counton again.
There he is
and
again.
He drives him all the way back inside the 5, and boy, oh boy, Chase Counton said, not in my house today, buddy. We're going to come back and win this game.
That senior Chase Counton showing some leadership, showing some athleticism, and showing strength. 2 plays in a row. He single-handedly takes down Mascoutah's offense.
He sure did. And now Aiden Jones will be punting from his end zone. Well, they're going to give him – how they put that at the 12? I know you get forward progress, but did he even make it that far?
I'm not sure. I was too busy watching Chase throw the kid around like a rag ball.
I thought he met him right on the front line of the 18-yard box for the goal right there at the 8-yard line. Where's the replay?
Right, instant.
Down to a couple of seconds. They might have a delay of game again, and they do. They get a timeout called? Yes,
Yeah,
they did.
Surely they won't take another delay.
Well, timeout by Mascoutah. We'll step aside for just a brief moment as well, and we're back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 5:23 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville trailing 42-21, and the Kahawks are about to get the ball back. And an update from Triad. Highland continues to win 21-7 over the previously unbeaten Triad Knights. So Triad losing on their home turf. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game in the championship. The loser of that game plays the loser of this game in the third place contest. That was a nice pickup by Richardson, and he zigzags his way to the 35 where he's finally brought down. And Collinsville will have a very short field to work with here with 5:13 left to play in this fourth quarter. So, Colby Anderson and company back out on offense once again.
Yeah, I've got the ball in Mascoutah territory on Mascoutah's 35, and let's see if we can't make good on this possession and narrow the score just a little bit more here as this game comes to a close.
Three wide receivers on the far side. Swaggart over here on the near side by himself, and that's the side that Colby Anderson runs to. He throws. He's got Swaggart. Swaggart gets back one tackler, and then he gets taken down at around the 16-yard line. First down, Collinsville.
Yeah, nice little stagger step by Trey Swaggart to keep that ball in the field of play and earned himself probably another 5 to 7 yards.
Time is dwindling, though. Collinsville down by 3 touchdowns with 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, the turnover on the last possession, like I said, from a time standpoint, was sort of a heartbreak. But Collinsville's not going to quit. They're going to keep rolling and make this as close as we can for as long as we can.
Kroom and Hills line up on the far side, and Anderson looks over to that side, looks back, and he's not got anyone open, so he's going to take off running, and he's going to get dragged down from behind as he was yanked by Zane Timon. Got a hold of that shirt, and Timon didn't let go.
Yeah, you've got to throw that ball out of the back of the end zone to stop the clock, right? You take the sack, and the clock keeps running, and time is not on our side.
So the line of scrimmage now back to the 21-yard line. And the clock continues to run with 4:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Been a pretty fast-moving game, actually. Just a little over 2 hours old, and we're almost finished.
Like Jerry Richardson lined up in the Wildcat? No.
A handoff goes to Richardson, and he cuts it around the left side. He's got some room. Flag on the play. That's going to be brought back. And I believe we're going to have a holding call in the backfield against Collinsville.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the second touchdown Jerry's had called back due to a holding out of the interior lineman from Collinsville.
And Richardson was already like 10 yards downfield.
Right. It didn't matter, right?
No. Come on, ref.
I've always gotten a kick out of, the disappointment with the referee when he's, 5 yards from the play.
Right.
We're 40, 50, 60 yards from the play. You're blind.
I can see that from all the way up here.
How could you make that call?
Anderson in shotgun once again. Here's a snap. Anderson is going to go back to pass. He's going to get pressured. He has to step up again. He dumps it off, but he kind of shovel past that right over the head of Mondre Kroom. And Kroom, I don't even think he saw it.
No, that had the unfortunate similarity to the last interception. Sometimes you just got to go down and get rid of the ball. But people don't realize, well, maybe they do, but the fact is that Colby's still a sophomore, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lot to learn. He's a great athlete. And like I said, I think you're still going to see some good things down the road out of this group.
3:45 left. Clock is stopped. And Collinsville is looking at a 3rd and 25. They have gone backwards on this drive. 3 wide receivers all line up over on the far side. Again, Travion Swaggart over here by himself. And the snap. Anderson looks down the middle, throws down the middle, and just a little bit short of his intended target, which I believe was Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, he got hammered, too, after that pass. Kudos to Colby for standing up and staying in the pocket to try to deliver that ball up the middle, but boy, did he pay the price for that.
Yeah, he's walking toward the sideline a little gingerly as Jackson Lee comes out to relay the next play. And
people don't realize what a physical game this is. Counting, I was talking with Counting, and my wife said, "What happened to him?" I said, he was in a football game.
Yeah.
She said, "No, what kind of injury?" I said, "There were many,
Yeah.
but, you know, these kids keep fighting."
Oh,
boy, here comes a blitz.
Somebody got through quick. Somebody was uncovered as they busted through that line super quick, and that was Thomas Beck, who came flying in from the secondary. And I tell you what, that was a good thing that Colby Anderson didn't get licked.
Yeah.
He got smacked.
The interior linemen kind of looked at each other, threw up their hands. They were pointing fingers. I don't think they knew what happened. I'm not sure they knew how it happened.
Yeah. Turnover on downs by Collinsville, so Mascoutah gets the ball back with 3:36 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it looks like we just had a blown blocking assignment based on the coaching that's happening down on the field. And that happens. Mistakes are made. Coach pats the kid on the back and says, "That's okay. You'll get them next time."
The defense is still playing tough, though, man. They're stacking these kids up when they get in this ball, and that's another loss for Mascoutah, a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a second down and about 13 to go here for the Indians.
I'll mention it again just because it's so important. That's the grit and the heart and character I was talking about. It would be easy to lay down when you're, down this many points. But these boys refuse to do that. And here at KahawkSports.com, we're proud of them and are going to be behind them in the end of this game and into next week.
Collinsville has not been told to me for certain, but they should get a home game next week because whoever wins that Highland Triad game, we've already played Highland at their house. We've already played Triad at their house. So one of those two teams will be facing next week, and it should be here. Haven't heard a confirmation on that yet or not, but that's my thought.
It's always exciting when we get to turn the lights on here at Kahok Stadium. Coach Clay Smith did such a great job spearheading the effort to get the new turf field. It's much safer for the athletes. It looks great, and I would welcome another home game.
Yeah, Collinsville played their last 2 games on grass field, so probably kind of nice to be back here on the home turf.
Oh, man, what a difference.
Down to 2:10 left to play here in this one. Timon once again in shotgun, and he'll keep it. He'll go up the middle, and he'll get a couple of yards back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10 here for Mascoutah. Our next broadcast, if you will be right here from this very field on Tuesday as your Lady Kahok soccer team returns home for the first time in well over a year after their season also got canceled. Belleville West will provide the opposition. That's a 6:30 game. We'll be on the air somewhere around 6:15. All depends on the junior varsity game.
Yeah, sounds like the Lady Kahok soccer team is off to a respectable start this year. I know that I think they're sort of a younger squad, but
they are
doing a lot of good things. I guess there's a great game up in Edwardsville that ended up in just a 1-0 finish, and then they beat Belleville East. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, good for those young ladies. That's exciting.
And The boys, they're in action tonight at Father McGivney, and they return home tomorrow night for their season finale against Alton Marquette.
Yeah, nice to see them hoist the trophy up here recently, the boys soccer team.
Got a share of the Southwestern Conference along with Edwardsville. And we're about ready to go back here after a timeout. 4th down, and another Aiden Jones punt coming up. Jerry Richardson and Trent Mode back deep. They'll stand around their own 45-yard line.
Kick it to Jerry.
Block it.
I'll punch my ticket to the Jerry Richardson show any day, man. He is fun to watch.
He was. He put on quite the performance last week.
And there's no way they're
high
going to
kick, and it's going to take a Mascoutah bounce. And it's going to fall dead at the 35-yard line. So Collinsville will have 1 minute, 48 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts to try to put another touchdown on the board before they have to think about next week's game.
Yeah, it was a nice punt by the Mascoutah punter. You don't see many punts that effective in high school football. So
you don't see too many wide receivers that are punters either.
Right.
So Colby Anderson back out for probably the final series of this game. And he'll have Jaden Neighbors as his running back. 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. Jerry Richardson lines up in the slot. Swaggart over here on the near sideline. He's going to roll that way is Anderson. Anderson, he is going to look, and he is going to get thrown down and out of bounds before he can get that ball off. I don't even know if he was trying to find someone downfield to throw it to. Looked like he was just off on a little run there.
Yeah, I don't think there were any receivers available, and I think good news is he learned a little bit about the ill-advised shovel pass, so he just took that ball and gave himself a chance to have another play on offense.
Clock continues to move. 1:20 left to play here in this one. Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver by himself on the far side of the field. Anderson in shotgun. He rolls that way. Cuts it up the middle. He keeps it. He puts a stiff arm on Timmon. And Timmon didn't budge. He stayed with him the whole way and brought him down right back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 here for the Kahawks.
Yeah, I tell you, with this late in the game with that shoulder problem, I'm encouraging Colby to hand that ball off.
Yeah, I hear you.
The last thing he needs is more collisions with the turf on that right shoulder.
So 3rd down and 10 here for Collinsville. And probably, maybe the last play of the game. We'll see. In shotgun is Anderson. He takes the snap. He's going to go back to pass. He's going to launch it toward Damian Swaggart. Swaggart is incomplete, and he was being followed step for step there by Nathan Hunt. And that does indeed stop the clock with 22.4 seconds left, so at least one more play here for Collinsville.
Yeah, Trey had a step on the receiver, but the receiver closed quickly. It looks like he had his hands in a position to make the catch, but then there was some body contact, and overall good battle between a great wideout and cornerback.
So enough time for at least one more play, depending on what it is. Incomplete pass stopped the clock, and Collinsville has the ball. 4th down and 10, and the Kahawks take a timeout from their own 35-yard line. We'll just stay right here with this one. And I think after a very hectic week of all kinds of sports.
Oh, boy, they're stacking up, aren't they?
Well, I think I'm going to slow down because volleyball ends this week. I think they end next week. Boys soccer ends this week, so I'll be down to the original spring sports, baseball, softball, and girls soccer. And the girls soccer home opener against Belleville West, and then we have another girls soccer game Thursday here against Alton before we most likely return here for football. So only 3 games on the schedule next week. That's kind of nice. I get 3 days off. I don't have to be back until Tuesday.
Yeah, with the way that the sports overlap with this interesting schedule due to recent current events, it's really been difficult. So kudos to all the parents, the the coaches, the kids for working through this, continuing to do what they need to do to enjoy the sports they love. It's nice to see them compete.
22.4 seconds left. It's fourth down. Anderson on the run. He'll pitch it out to Jerry Richardson on the right-hand side. Richardson got caught from behind and tackled at the 40-yard line by Jacob Church. And the change of downs will give the ball to Mascoutah. That stops the clock with 15.7 seconds left. But as soon as they put the chains back down, well, there's going to be a penalty, actually. And it's declined. And it's going to be Mascoutah ball. And as soon as they set these chains down, I think this clock starts back up.
And we'll be able to call it a night.
No, it does not start back up. They get the chance to come onto the field and get their players on, get a huddle and everything, and Mascoutah will have at least one more play here.
Surely you're going to see him take a knee, right?
I would think so, but he might want to get his backup guys one more snap. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout called. Or no, we're not. It's just an exchange of personnel.
Collinsville's backups enter the game.
Yep.
Looks like we got 9 players on the field.
We do. We only have 9.
Not going to matter.
Nope. Mascoutah takes the knee, and that is going to do it, folks. Final score 42-21 as we welcome you in now to the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials, and you can give them a call to find out what those are at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion, from anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Caleb Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Caleb Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Caleb Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Caleb Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Caleb Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at calebjennings.com.
Welcome back to the Caleb Jennings Florist postgame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville drops this one tonight 42-21. Highland still holding on over in Triad, 21-13 with 2:45 left to go at Triad. So the Triad Knights are trying to make a comeback and stay in the championship bracket, and the winner will face Mascoutah next week for the championship of this Mississippi Valley Bowl Series, and Collinsville will play in the third-place game. Will they be playing Triad, or will it be Highland? We will find out just a little bit. We won't really know until later on tonight. So Collinsville loses this one here tonight. Their record drops to 1-4 on the year. And for the Mascoutah Indians, they are in the championship, and their record improves to 4-1 on the year. Our next live stream comes your way Tuesday, right from this very spot. It is the Lady Kahok Soccer's home opener, and it's against Belleville West, and we'll have that game on for you right after the JV game ends, so somewhere around 6:15 with pregame coverage. That's going to do it for us tonight from Kahok Stadium. For Dr. Chris McCluskey, my name is Todd Duke. Big thanks, by the way, to Glenn Woodcock for coming out here and helping me set all this stuff up to make sure everything is working. We appreciate all the help that he gives us here. And we all wish you a very nice weekend.